Holy shit. He said what?
But how do you explain that to people?
I think there's a chance for a reconciliation. The idea that we're going to see Prince Harry, I think it's...
I think it would be a fatal error to meet Harry. No, there's no advantage to meeting with Harry.
Well, I think we're all hoping it's not going to be a royal rejection because, of course, you have to remember that Harry has not seen his father for about 20 months now.
One of the big headlines that we're seeing today is that William thinks this idea of a meeting or a reconciliation is a terrible idea.
Back on that balcony, representing the royal family overseas or doing any royal work in an official capacity.
Finally, I think a lot of people are actually rooting for this.
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother?
Lady Colin Campbell, do you think the king should meet with Harry?
Absolutely not.
Just moments ago, the world witnessed a moment no one thought would happen anytime soon. After 19 months of public silence, private tension, and speculation, Prince Harry and King Charles have finally reunited. It wasn't in a palace courtyard or at a public event. It was behind closed doors, over a quiet, private tea at Clarence House. No cameras, no press, no official announcements, just two members of the royal family sitting down to talk after nearly 2 years of distance. For months, rumors have swirled about whether this meeting would ever take place. Royal watchers have speculated endlessly about what could bring them back together after Harry's candid memoir, the controversies surrounding his and Meghan's public statements, and years of family strain that seemed to drive a wedge wider with each passing headline. Now, the reunion has happened, and the first details are beginning to surface. This isn't just another royal encounter. It's a story of unresolved tensions, fragile relationships, and a family under constant public scrutiny. And what was said, even in those brief moments, could have ripple effects far beyond the walls of Clarence House. Some insiders hint at gestures of apology, others hint at discussions about the future of the family dynamic, and still others suggest this could be the first real step toward a more peaceful chapter in royal history. But that's only the beginning, because behind this private meeting lies a much larger story, one of past grievances, unspoken truths, and the very human emotions that rarely reach the public eye. And as the details continue to emerge, what we're learning might shock even the most devoted royal followers. To understand why this reunion is so significant, we need to look back at what led to 19 months of distance. Their last known meeting was in early 2024, shortly after King Charles's cancer diagnosis, a period that was already charged with emotion and uncertainty. Around the same time, Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, hit the shelves, revealing private family moments and airing grievances that many felt should have remained behind palace walls. The book painted a picture of conflict, misunderstandings, and deeply personal frustrations that fans and critics alike dissected relentlessly. Adding fuel to the fire, Harry and Meghan's media interviews had often been critical of the royal household, creating headlines that made reconciliation seem increasingly unlikely. Even subtle gestures, missed invitations, unreturned calls, or curt public comments were magnified under the global spotlight, turning everyday family issues into international news. For many, it seemed the rift was permanent. But despite all the public tension, insiders have long hinted that the bond between father and son was never completely broken. Sources close to the family suggested that both Harry and Charles recognized the value of reconciliation, especially given life's unpredictability. Behind the headlines, there were private attempts, messages, letters, and quiet conversations that rarely reached the press. And now, after nearly 2 years, those private efforts appear to have culminated in this moment. The reunion isn't just symbolic, it represents a potential turning point in a relationship that has been under the harshest scrutiny imaginable, reminding us that even royals face the same family struggles, misunderstandings, and emotional complexities as anyone else. But while this chapter brings hope, it also raises questions. What was discussed during that brief tea? Did it truly mend old wounds, or was it only the beginning of a longer, delicate process? The answers are slowly coming to light, and what we've learned so far only deepens the intrigue. On September 10th, 2025, the long-anticipated reunion finally happened. Prince Harry arrived at Clarence House, not with a crowd of cameras or flashing lights, but quietly, almost like any private visitor. Inside, King Charles was waiting. For under an hour, the father and son sat down over a simple tea, away from the public eye, the press, and the scrutiny that has followed them for years. While the meeting was brief, its impact cannot be overstated. Sources suggest the conversation was both heartfelt and carefully measured. Harry reportedly shared personal reflections on the past 2 years, emphasizing the importance of family and the desire to move forward. Charles, in turn, appeared receptive, listening intently and responding with gestures of understanding that some insiders describe as significant given their history. What makes this meeting so remarkable is that it wasn't just a photo opportunity or a perfunctory greeting, it was a deliberate attempt to bridge a gap that had grown wide and painful. Observers note that every word, every pause, every gesture mattered, mattered, because this wasn't about public perception. It was about private reconciliation and the first step toward healing years of tension. But the reunion didn't answer all questions. There are still lingering uncertainties. Did this meeting address the broader issues within the royal family? Did it pave the way for future discussions with Prince William and other members? These questions hang in the air, leaving royal watchers eager for more and hinting that what happened today is just the opening chapter of a potentially historic reconciliation. The reunion took place at Clarence House, a residence steeped in royal tradition and history. Its quiet halls and private rooms provided the perfect backdrop for a meeting that was meant to be personal, not performative. The intimate setting allowed father and son to speak freely, without cameras or press, turning what might have been a brief encounter into a meaningful moment. Insiders note that the atmosphere was surprisingly calm and reflective, a stark contrast to the tension that had marked their last interactions. Every detail, from the seating arrangement to the subtle gestures of respect, signaled a careful effort to rebuild trust and understanding. But as private as it was, the significance of the setting only amplified the impact of their conversation, hinting at the delicate work of mending long-standing wounds. During the meeting, Prince Harry made it clear that his goal wasn't just a casual visit. It was a genuine attempt to repair their relationship. Sources say he expressed how much family means to him and acknowledged the strain of the past few years. He reportedly emphasized that life is too short for lingering conflicts and that moving forward together is what truly matters. Harry's approach was measured but heartfelt, showing a side of him rarely seen in public. Rather than focusing on past grievances, he highlighted the importance of understanding, communication, and making amends where possible. This intentional effort to bridge the gap left many insiders hopeful that this could be the first step toward lasting change within the royal family. While the reunion itself lasted less than an hour, its significance extends far beyond a single private meeting. For the royal family, this moment represents a potential turning point, signaling that long-standing tensions may finally begin to ease. Insiders suggest that today's tea could pave the way for future conversations, not just between Harry and Charles, but possibly involving other members of the family who have been affected by years of public scrutiny and private disagreements. The reunion also sends a message to the world. Even in the most public and high-pressure families, personal relationships can evolve and bridges can be rebuilt. Some royal watchers speculate that this could impact upcoming events, engagements, and even the dynamics between Harry and Prince William, though that relationship remains complicated and may require additional time and effort to mend. Beyond the immediate family, the meeting may influence public perception as well. For years, the media has focused on the conflicts and divides within the royal household. A genuine effort toward reconciliation could shift the narrative, showing a more human, relatable side of the monarchy, one where forgiveness, reflection, and connection still hold value. Yet, while hope is emerging, the reunion is only the first step. True healing takes time, and as more details continue to surface, the world will be watching closely to see whether this moment marks the beginning of lasting change or simply a brief symbolic gesture in a story that is far from over. So, what do you think this reunion really means for the royal family? Could this private tea be the start of a genuine healing process, or is it just a temporary gesture? Royal watchers and fans alike are weighing in, and opinions are already pouring in across social media. We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Prince Harry and King Charles can fully mend their relationship? How might this reunion affect Prince William and the rest of the family? And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell to stay updated on the latest developments. Because as more details emerge, you won't want to miss a single update on this ongoing royal story.